Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang dhammang sanghang namasami. So, as we're settling in, takes a while. The energies and the mind states and the you know, whatever normal attention takes time for it to settle in and get it stabilized. Mm. It's an ongoing process, but increasingly, one of the advantages it gives one greater responsibility, ability to be truly responsive rather than just reactive or habitual. So, the when the things are, we're not settled and proper, then we just follow habit. That's the easy one. I know when Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Look at the clock, read the phone, habit. And these habits can be extremely dense and even unconscious. Like keep looking at your phone. Why? Just because that's what I do. And now we have social messages. So get a message. I'm on the train. I'm on the train. Great. Okay. How are you? I'm fine. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm good. Fine. Another message. I'm still on the train. We just passed this town. How are you doing? I'm doing. How are you doing? Fine. What are you doing? I'm going out the door. Okay. 10 minutes later. Hello. I'm just getting off the train. What are you doing? I'm going to shop. How are you doing? I'm doing fine. Okay. Like, like, what? Do we really need to do this? A lot of, see, because it creates a sense of security, doesn't it? Habit creates security. I know where I am, I know what I'm doing, I know where she is, I know where he is, and I'm secure. I'm secure means I feel comfortable. Mm. Of course, it's comfortable that's very transitory because you've got to keep reassuring, you've got to keep doing it again and again because it only lasts and then, yeah, yeah. So when my mother had dementia, she would ask, "What time is it?" I'd say, "It's 7 o'clock, Mother." She'd write it down. "What time is it?" "It's 1 minute past 7, Mother." She'd write that down. "What time is it?" "It's 2 minutes past 7." That's how long it lasted before. Where am I? What day? So her way of knowing where she was time. Just the security. If I don't know what time it is, I feel well, nervous, unsettled, so, yeah. Of course, we have different ways of doing that, don't we? You know. Mm, yeah. This is just a reactivity that becomes ingrained, established. Reaction, compulsive patterns, compulsive patterns. Uh, uh, yeah. I need to talk. I don't want to see people. I've got to talk to them. Then I know I'm okay. We talk to each other. We're okay. That's okay. See somebody else. How are you doing? I'm doing fine. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. I talk to people and feel okay. I'm not talking to people. Feel a bit strange. Feel uncomfortable. Feel nervous. Don't know. Feel awkward. Feel embarrassed. Socially embarrassed. What do they think about me? Am I doing? So we get that nervous energy. So on a retreat, you have to say, silence, 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 noble silence, silence, silence. So it's okay not to talk. Is it? Well, uh, well, just believe it. Work on it. Relax those feelings of I've got to see my phone. I've got to know what day it is. I have to make sure that I'm okay and they like me. Just relax. Oh, oh, yeah. I feel I feel more comfortable. It changes. You have to be patient to change those habits and compassionate because we seek comfort. Mm. But when we're beginning to understand some of these our attitudes, our habits, our behaviors, our way our mind jumps towards pleasant ideas, pleasant memories, painful memories, so forth, and this feeling, I want, I want to feel comfortable. I don't want that unpleasant memory. Stop it. No, just be patient. Wait. We have to deal with that later. Just find where your body is. Take a breath. Everybody here is supporting you. You don't have to be wonderful to be here. You don't have to be enlightened to be here. You don't have to have been utterly pure all your life to be here. You don't have to have only sweet thoughts. You can have ugly thoughts. That's okay. You can be here. Oh, it's normal. Oh, oh, yeah, it's okay. Yeah. So that realizing the responsibility that we all have is to feel comfortable. Because that's what we're trying to do all the time. Feel comfortable. We're always trying to feel comfortable. And if I could just sit comfortably, if I could wear enough clothes to feel comfortable, warm, but not too heavy, so lightweight clothes, so I feel comfortable, warm, not too heavy. And they don't look ugly. I don't want to feel embarrassed. When I'm comfortable, warm, lightweight clothes, I feel comfortable. Except I'm worrying. Well, I'm hungry, so I eat some food to feel comfortable. Yeah. Now I've got to go to the toilet to feel comfortable. I better lie down to feel comfortable. I end up getting tired. I get up and stretch to feel comfortable. Take a breath to feel comfortable. Okay, walk around, look at the trees. Oh, that's pleasant. I feel comfortable. This movement. Yeah. And we look at that, our whole life quest is to feel comfortable. Yeah, yeah. Mm. So, when I was a little boy, well, if I could only get to be 10 years old, I'd feel stronger and better. I feel like I really want to get to be 10 years old, then I'll be proper. I could go out when I liked, I could do things. That would make me feel happier. Of course, 10 years old, 15 years old, you could wear those days we had to wear short trousers. When you were under 12, you didn't get long trousers until you were 12. So in the wintertime, your knees went blue with cold. And I get to be 12 years old, I get long trousers and feel comfortable. But long trousers is not unending bliss. Because then you've got to think, got to get on with have some friends to feel comfortable. I want a girlfriend who loves me, feel comfortable. Yeah. And then it's funny. We felt comfortable for a while, and then we started arguing. So we better work that out and feel comfortable with that. A few this night, though, I tried to be, you could be this. I've been trying to work it out to feel comfortable. And, try another one. So study hard so you get a good degree, then you get a job, you feel comfortable. Uh, get some money so you can buy some things to make you feel comfortable. Do you get it? And so I was looking around, looking at older people who had houses and dogs and cars and work and families, and they didn't look comfortable. They always worrying, complaining, grumbling, straining. Yeah, yeah. So when you retire, you feel comfortable. And my father said, "Oh, it never stops." He was 68. He says it just never stops. The worries, the headaches. Yeah. And my brother, before he passed away, he said, "You had the idea." He worked, successful, family, house, everything. And he said, you get the idea. When you've finished your work, you'll feel great. He says, no, your body aches, you're tired, you've still got to deal with the house needs repairing, the kids are having problems, the grandchildren are having problems. It never ends. Now, I'm not against any of these things per se, if they make you feel comfortable. And for sure, we can learn out of our jobs and out of our relationships. But it takes patience, doesn't it? It's not going to be immediate. That's exactly it. If you want to live with someone, you've got to actually work it out. Well, how are we going to cooperate? It takes work. It takes work to feel comfortable. Yeah. So comfort, although it's our life aim, you have to have enough discernment, patience, and energy to do it, to get there. It's parami. You know, discernment, panya. You can wait a minute. What's there? Where's the struggle? Where's the stress? What could be released? What could be expanded? What could be generated? Panya. Put energy into it. Do it. Kanti. Patient. Stay with it through that initial phase. It's a bit rough and bumpy and strong. And then you get the movement towards things settling. Yeah. And this is the way that, you know, clear-minded people operate. And so the Buddha said the highest comfort is nibbana. Nibbana paramam sukham. Nibbana is the highest comfort because you have no burdens. You're not carrying anything. You're just not carrying anything. You're not carrying unpleasant feeling. You're not carrying unpleasant memories. You're not carrying disagreeable attachments that you've got to keep working on. You're not carrying stuff you've got to put effort into to keep going. It's a release. So this is the supreme comfort. Yeah. uh, uh, uh. Then, okay, but it was very reasonable. So we'll start off with just ordinary flesh and blood comfortable. It's called samisa. Samisa, that which is conjoined with flesh and blood. Means good health, for example. So yeah, it's worth putting some effort into good health, but it probably means you've got to do exercise and you've got to not do those delightful things that are crazy, you know, or drink those things that are intoxicating. Yeah. So if you get through, your 20s coming out okay, you've done very well. Because this is with young men, this is where you wreck your body on a motorbike, or you wreck your body climbing a rock climbing, or you wreck your body doing some stupid, crazy thing, or you wreck your body through drink, or you wreck your body through drugs. So because it's so much drive, it doesn't know where to go. So therefore, advice is put energy into, developing sila, developing steadiness, developing resilience, developing compassion. Put your energy there. So then you use your life in that way. So often what's called flesh and blood comfort means I'm physically healthy, and also I don't have the the burden of addiction. I'm not addicted to anything, which is always giving me a sense of just need. So if we develop some degree of renunciation, not just the ability to give up, but the ability to enjoy giving up. That's the trick. Because, to enjoy it, that's the trick. Takes a little bit of work. As you're going to, oh, one of those, one of those. Could you just, you're okay. You're okay. Well, you're okay. Oh, that's interesting, because where that compulsive movement was, there's some space. Instead of that compulsive nag, push, grab, when that stops, linger. Oh, instead of that compulsive movement, some free space. Free space. It doesn't sound very pleasant, but feel clear, open, rather than cluttered. Yeah. So, you look at, I go through my kuti, which isn't very big. It's quite relatively, it's not tiny, but it's not huge. And there are things, books, things people give me, various things come in. And every now I look at it, I think, you can either have those 6 books, or you could have the space. You can't have both. That one, are you ever going to read that? Just put it in a box somewhere. Put it in a box for now. Now that nice pair of socks somebody gave you, already got 3 pairs of socks. You've only got 2 feet. Yeah, just put them in the box. Okay. And they go like that. Because you can't have the thing and the space. And then put them in the box. A month later, I'm fine. Get rid of the box. Got space. Then I don't have to worry where I put the thing. I don't have to keep it clean. And I look around and see this lovely openness, and my heart feels happy. That's what you call nekama, renunciation. It's like that. Free from the agitation and the burden of responsibility for something you can't be responsible for. We right? You can't be responsible for your car because it'll defy you, it'll break down at any time of day and night. You can't be responsible for it because it doesn't respond to you. So you can pat it, say, nice car, you give it a name, you can talk to it, prune it, groom it, clean it, it will still break down. So, you're responsible how you drive the thing. That's what you can do. But you realize you can't say, car, I love you, we'll be together forever. Of course, you don't want to do that. But you don't want your car to look beat up, old, dirty old car. See how nice, because it represents you. See a nice, clean car, nice colour. That's me. That's my car. So that gives me a. So people buy all kinds of cars because it becomes their identity. You know, like big, sleek lines and comfortable leather, and it goes at 500 kilometers an hour. You can't drive anywhere at that speed, but to feel that I could, it makes me feel powerful. So this identity starts to creep onto things. Your clothes, your house, your car starts to creep onto things, and it locks. And then you're kind of pulled over by it, worrying about it, worrying about it. Who's going to steal my car? I've got the greatest car in the town, but somebody's going to steal it. It might get damaged. It's like that, isn't it? But wonderful clothes, but don't let them get torn so you can't wear them. This same old thing every day. No choice. Don't have to think about what I'm going to wear today, what colour, what it looks like. It just there it is. So that kind of end of story. Relief. So we can say this is a kind of flesh and blood comfort, worldly comfort. Yeah. Comfort of renunciation, comfort of sila, of living decently so you're not nervous, about things you've done or what people see or whether you'll get discovered, or so you get internal freedom from this nervous agitation. So, people who are, can you ever see a criminal person who's just relaxed and happy? No, they're always stiff. You look at dictators, they're really frozen. It's not a kind of comfortable person, open, warm, glad, joyful. Ever seen a glad, comfortable, joyful dictator? The sila makes you feel joyful because you've got nothing to hide, and there's just not just a psychological, there's a real sense of healthy energy. The heart is happy when it's virtuous because these cramps and constrictions of passion and aversion are cleaned out. The heart feels bright. It says it's quite natural. So these are not just laws. Good and bad are not just laws or judgments. They're really tangible experiences that affect your body, affect your heart. Mm. 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 So we just try to sustain that. Very important, because in a world where sila is not strong, where there's a lot of corruption and abuse and deceit, addiction, you must maintain your own center in that so you don't absorb external contact impressions, which are confusing and sickening. And then we have internal, external. Internal, I keep thy sila, I am buoyant, happy. External, I turn away from that and I associate with wise people. Then when we associate, my internal and external and harmony. And that's beautiful. So when we live together like this, we don't really talk very much, don't even know their names. In a sense, they're all keeping precepts. And they all wait patiently for the meal. And they all eat their food mindfully. And they all make an effort to practice. And nobody's cursing anybody or lying or drinking. Can you open to that? No. And then internal, external meet. And you feel this is flesh and blood happiness that's not too difficult. Of course, tendency is to just get locked into some thought we don't even notice because we're based in some kind of memory or thought. So then you've got to work on quietening that down. This takes work, doesn't it? How do you do that? You work by referring to your virtue, your clarity, where that's good. Therefrom, then extending goodwill. Goodwill is a fruit of energy. It's not just an attitude, it's an energy that begins to soften and brighten where you feel dark, tangled, or confused. How is that? It moves through aspects of our embodiment that we don't really know about. We're not very clear about. But sense of it moves through the living flesh and blood presence. Living flesh and blood presence. And then the sense of regret is weighing me down. Sense of anxiety is gripping my belly. I breathe in and out. Open the area. Connect it to my chest, my legs, my feet, my breath, and generate a quality of goodwill. And go into the energy and the feeling, and the feeling begins to subside. So when we have uncomfortable memories, thoughts, things like this, you must, simple practice, don't go to the thought because it just keeps repeating. It's like it keeps injecting unpleasant feeling. You go to the feeling, which could be tense, unhappy, slightly nauseous, agitated, and you go, there's the emotion, which is a movement, right? That's the sankhara. And then you go into the emotion, do you like this or not? I don't like it at all. That's called unpleasant feeling. Be patient. Unpleasant feeling. Open, widen, breathing out. Okay. Then we learn something. Say, yes, I do have regret. Yes, I did do something stupid. That was stupid. That was regrettable. Gave rise to unpleasant feeling. I had to do some work to clear that. Now I understand. Don't do that again. That's the way you learn. Then you come out feeling, if your sense of relief, also you've gained wisdom. You've gained wisdom. And now you know. Now you can advise others. This is the way we work with things. So when we, this is always a strong point with Luangpor Cha, for example. They always give you an unpleasant feeling. out of compassion. What? It means so you've got to get wisdom. You've got to work. It's not easy. You've got to work on it. Okay, it's cold. It's hard. It's tough. It's long. It's tedious. It's tiring. Do some work and get it. I mean, it's unpleasant. It's unpleasant. Okay, unpleasant feeling. Stable, steady, not shaking. Stable, steady, not shaking. Widen, open. Accept unpleasant feeling for being what it is. It's just an energy. And breathing in, releasing it. That's quite a process. Takes time. Because mostly it shouldn't. I don't want it. Why? Why does it have to be? How can it be different? It's not my fault. Why do they make this? Why does it have to be awkward? Why is it uncomfortable? I don't see why I should have to. This is stupid. This is ridiculous. There's the emotion. Goes like that. I can't stand this for another minute. I don't know. I can't stand. No, I don't see why I should be. Why should I have to sit still all the time? I can't say this isn't right. It's not good for me. That's an emotion. What's the feeling? Unpleasant. Of course, it's unpleasant. Now, unpleasant feeling is one of the three kinds of feeling: pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, and feeling that's indeterminate. This means it's built in. You cannot avoid unpleasant feeling. You can shift and wriggle and move and buy something and touch something and eat something and rest, but you still get unpleasant feeling. So if you want real comfort, you actually begin to dismantle the emotional reaction to unpleasant feeling, which is the resistance and the complaining and the blaming and the worrying and feeling I can't manage it. And the how can I do this? Speculation. Maybe if I did this, just begin to dismantle that feeling, unpleasant feeling. Body widening, stabilizing. It's unpleasant. And this is release. You know, that's work, energy, me. And you have to deal with the bit you can manage. And you've got to take it a little bit. As you're going completely against the grain, you're going really uphill. You have to work a little bit. Going to be just a little bit more patient. You know? So, I think, well, if I became a monk, I wouldn't have any burdens. If I became a bhikkhu, no taxes, don't have to worry about taxes, don't have to paying bills, don't have to go to work. Great, comfortable. Lonely, restless, bored, sleepy, fed up, not getting anywhere, doing stupid, having to keep all these rules, living in this monastery, people I don't really like, and routines. It's cold, it's cold, it's cold, it's hot, it's hot, it's too hot, it's too cold. It's too noisy, it's too quiet, it's boring, it's too much going on, there's not enough going on. Not comfortable at all, because you can't shift things. You're stuck. You can't control it. You've got to deal with it. You can't. There's no out. There's no button you can push. You've got to be with it. It's the same because it's a bit cool in the morning here, and it's quite crisp, quite cold. But when I went to Britain, so well, particularly we started. I had to start a monastery up in Northumberland. Got it, Northumberland, north of Britain, right? So we had this little stone cottage, and there was no heat in it. And there were we had to knock all the plaster off the wall to put proper building, and the wind used to come through the wall, through the cracks in the wall. There was no heat. And there was no hot water. It's cold water. The snow would come under the door. Sometimes you get the snow coming. There's no heat. You know, it's getting cold. Then you grumble, I'm cold. No, stop it. I drink warm. Put socks on, put hat on, put coat on. Nose is cold, ears are cold. Gets somewhere, it always gets in, you know. Then she just, oh God. And so it changes. And I had this monk who used to like to jump in a lake in January because it was his birthday. It's cold, particularly Northumberland, cold. They come down to the lake. We're going to do this thing. So you think, okay. So you just go down, you just take your clothes off, just a bathing cloth. Here we go. It's freezing cold, the cold wind rushing across. Oh, it's freezing cold. Okay, here we go. Jump in the lake. You jump into the lake and everything explodes. But you don't feel cold. You come out, you're on fire. You get it? What happened? Energy changed. You know? Now you jump in. When you hit the water, when you hit cold water, you don't feel cold. You feel shock. Absolutely feel shock. You don't feel cold. And find your body starts moving really quickly to get out. To get out of the water. You're not shivering. How did that happen? You know? So cold is just the energy. It's not the cold, it's what the cold does. It causes you energy. And then when energy does this, then you feel emotionally heart constricted and you feel unhappy. Now, if energy doesn't do this, then you don't feel unpleasant. An unpleasant feeling is this, is an energy constricting. Right? And so you can see it in your body. And it's shuddering, cold, right? Yeah. And energy does this, it constricts. And when you feel pleasure, energy starts to flare, doesn't it? It will flare up with pleasure. Oh, yeah, great. Flare. And flaring. Yeah. Of course, the problem with the flaring, energy flares, it flares and then we get carried away by it. Your mind gets carried away by it. Getting greed, intoxication, you lose balance and then crash. Whoa. Right? So we have to control energy. And it takes work. You have to use your body. And of course, your intention, just keep steady, just open against displeasure. Just can you open just a little bit? Can you at least stop thinking about it? Can you stop resisting it? It's there, but it's not causing this distress. Mm. Yeah. So most of our monasteries start off cold and miserable because they're generally places didn't have much money, so you have to buy somewhere that's broken down. And in Britain, heat is necessary. But if you don't have the money to pay for it, you don't get it. So wintertime at Amaravati, first winter, they had to switch all the heat off because they couldn't pay the bill. They couldn't pay the bill for oil. It was an oil fire. They said it's too expensive, switch it off. Okay. So then, February comes around, it's like 15 degrees below zero. Everybody's hats, scarves, gloves, coats, shundering. You go to bed, you just take your boots off. Everything is keep on. You get inside a sleeping bag. Then morning time, get out of the sleeping bag, put your boots on, run over to the sala, because where there's other human bodies, it's a little bit warmer. And they've had a fire, a little coal fire, a little wood fire. And you go, oh yeah, a little bit. Get some warmth, and you get some hot drink in your own body. So you live like that. And then of course, bathing. Because they had to switch the water on just enough to keep dripping. Otherwise, the water freezes in the pipes. So they have to drip. So you can get a shower. But the shower, of course, is quite an exercise because you switch the water on. Oh, really cold. Okay, here we go. Get a piece of cloth with some soap on it. Get out. And then you're tingling, bright and tingling from the cold. You tingle. Oh, actually, it wasn't so bad. It was bad, but then coming out of it, energy shifted. Oh, it's feel pretty good. So you recognize it's better if you can possibly just move against it, and your body will support it. There's the one. I practiced. I didn't do it very long because I felt I was living out in a forest, in a hut in the forest. So it's completely alone. The snow comes, and thick snow, and I take a big basin and put snow in it and put it in my kuti, so it just turned into water. And then first thing in the morning, before I could think, quick, don't think, jump outside the kuti, jump into the snow and pour the water over you before you think, because you think you're not going to do it. Absolutely, you just cannot. No, tomorrow I'll do it. No, you just cannot do it if you think. So you just got to do it before you think. Ah, and then, wow, I don't feel cold. But these are extreme practices, and we're not expecting to do that. We're just leaning against the resistance to displeasure. A lot of it is not physical based, but mental based. Like, I'm bored. There's not enough going on. I'm bored. I don't like. I remember Mark and I almost get sick if you see the orange lino, the stuff they put on the floor. It was orange or patterned. You feel sick. And they can actually get physically affected by visual phenomena. Or you hear distressing news and you feel sick. Grief, you feel ripped apart, Your guts, you feel ripped apart, heartbroken with grief. Worry sickens you. So a lot of it is psychological, and yet it affects the body. It affects the body. Depressed. You get depressing. Oh, I can't be bothered. I won't do any exercise. Too depressed. I won't meditate. I'm too depressed. I might as well just smoke a cigarette. I'm too depressed anyway. What's the point? People can kill themselves through that and body. So you're saying, get your body upright. You can't change the mood. You can change the body. If you change the body, the mood will begin to loosen. You can't, if you have a bad mood, you can't change it inside the mood. You can't. You can use your body and just pull out. Viveka, step back. This is a really unpleasant feeling, unpleasant mood. I need to respond to this. I can't just sit in it. Be responsible. Yeah. Your responsibility is to be comfortable. Use this as a mantra. If you're not comfortable, don't just wallow in it. Don't just complain about it. Don't just blame it on somebody else. Don't blame it on yourself. Don't blame it on your past. Don't blame it on your karma. Don't blame it on your body. Don't blame it. That doesn't do you any good. Be responsible. Work with it. Okay. What does that mean? First of all, viveka, step back. And you recognize, look, everybody gets this. You may feel, oh, me, I'm so pathetic, I'm poor, I'm feeble, nobody likes me. Everybody gets this. So you take the me out of the picture. That's really helpful. Take the me out of it. Yeah. Because that's the bond. We end up bonded to our pain. Yeah. We're attached to our own pain. It's the biggest addiction is the suffering. Oh, we suffer, it's me. Yeah, if we release that, there is dukkha. Not me, there is dukkha, just that leverage. You know? And then, okay, so now I'll take responsibility. Do you want to go into the dukkha? Do you want to make more stress, complicate it? Why I'm like this? Why I shouldn't be like that? How long it's going to take? Whose fault? You want to go more of it? Yeah. Could do. It could go on forever. Or you could say, just stop. Which means just that possibility, which the Buddha teaches us. We stopped. You stop craving for comfort that you can't have. You can't have a world of peace. You can't have everybody understands you. You can't have everybody likes me. You can't have I am perfect. You can't have it. What you can have is viveka. I can step back. And then I can do some work, which is resist the addiction to me. And then where does it feel? Dukkha is a feeling. We get very complicated about our dukkha. We identify with it, we create a person out of it, we seem so wound up in it that we are our dukkha. Stop complicating, get to the feeling. That's a sankhara. Sankhara takes feeling and creates a person out of it. Okay? Through emotion. Everybody does this. Take a feeling and feeling pleasant creates a happy person. Unpleasant, miserable person. That's the sankhara. Now, if we go behind the sankhara is the feeling, pleasant, unpleasant. Now you've got something you can work with. It takes patience and penetration to get to there. And unpleasant feeling is natural. You can't have unending pleasant feeling on this level anyway, with conditions. So unpleasant feeling, what does it do? It makes you resist. Can you stop resisting it? Patience. Open. Okay. How is that possible? Because your body is stable, unwavering. Your breathing is deep and easeful. Your energy is not contracted. You're aware of the space around you. Your energy is not contracted. Unpleasant feeling cannot survive in that. It can't concoct a sankhara because the sankhara always requires some contraction, some agitation, some movement. If you hold it still, it struggles. It begins to give up. That's what you do. You bear with it. And the struggling and the complicating begins to give up. You know, and you think, oh, I've forgotten what I was unhappy about. What was it? Oh, yes, I remember. And start it again. You can pick up your addiction. I haven't complained. Oh, no, I'll complain. Yeah, she bothers me. That's what it is. So you don't pick it up again. It's finished. If it's not finished, go do it again. Comes back again. There's that person who annoys me. I see and I get annoyed. There you go. There you go. It's your responsibility. Whether she annoys you is not up to her. It's up to you. Okay, here we go again. She's tyrannical. She's bossy. She's arrogant. And then, okay, fine. There it is. Now, what do you feel about that? I don't want it. That's hers. Why make it yours? Huh? Huh? What do you mean? No, you're called arrogant. That's happening in you, isn't it? That sense of experience is happening in you. Could you stop that experience? It's just she's doing what she does. Uh-huh. She's saying what she does, what she says. Uh-huh. I don't have to pick it up. That's freedom. Mm. Yeah. So we work on this. This is kind of flesh and blood daily life practice. But it leads on because if there's that to accomplish that really deeply, this is why, we kind of not encourage it, but recommend you face it. Not just because that feeling disappears, but because actually you become greater, wider, more steady, more stable, enriched, and you come into niramisa, pleasure that's not flesh and blood, pleasure that's serene. You come into jhana feeling. There's a subtle, pleasant feeling. There's no agitation. A chitta is settled. It's not searching for something. It's settling in. This is agreeable. Internally, it's agreeable. What's going on around me doesn't bother me. Externally, it's dead. It's finished. That's agreeable. And my citta is radiating happiness around me. Internally, externally. Even in a difficult world, I'm happy, comfortable. Yeah. Mm. 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 Yeah, so these are subtle kinds of pleasure. Because the energy is not stirred, it's steady, it's bright. And this is a kind of encouragements for practice. We're all going to meet disagreeable feeling. Some will be physical, cold, hungry, painful body. This is natural. And actually, the body will only take so much. So you have to kind of cooperate with it. Wear some clothes. If you're cold, you've got a choice. Don't strain your body. Body has its limitations. But if we look after it, it becomes a very helpful guide, a very helpful support if you use it properly. You know? Then most of our disagreeable feeling is more on the psychological, emotional level. I'm bored. I have unpleasant memories. I don't like these thoughts. I can't get what I want to get. I want to get to that joyful, happy state. I want to get there. I'm miserable. I'm not getting anywhere. My meditation is not getting anywhere. I haven't developed it properly. Will I ever develop it? Perhaps I'm just too stupid to develop it. Perhaps there's something wrong with me. There really is something wrong with me. Yeah. Yep, there is. But it's the same for everybody. What is wrong with you? Oh, no, it's unpleasant feeling. The bottom of it. And then we say, okay, I can to be with a thinking mind. Okay. And become peaceful with it and step back from it and play with it. Make friends with it. Quiet it down. You know, stop fighting it. And then his space opens up. That viveka opens the space. Opens the space. And you can experience his thoughts just bubbling up, fading out, bubbling up, fading out, bubbling up, fading out, stirring around, moving around, contemplating and running around like little rabbits. And, you know, and do that, and eventually you become dispassionate. It's just a thought. It's not me. When you become dispassionate, the chitta loses interest, turns instead somewhere else. Thought dies down. That's the way it goes. But we have to counteract the unpleasant feeling to become dispassionate, viraga, no longer aroused by it. Then the chitta turns, finished with that. And we're completing our attachments to feeling, unpleasant feeling, and finished, enough. And then it will settle. How long that takes is just a measure of kanti parami. And kanti parami, the patience is like something, no time, not patient for 5 minutes, but just patient, as long as it need to be. And that becomes a very steady abiding place. I can be patient. It's not. It's a place you can live in, which gives you stability. And then you contemplate the experience of patience. It's just settled, calm, open, strong. Make it strong. Then you begin to experience the happiness of freedom from stress. Kanti paramam tapotitika nibbanam vadanti buddha. Kanti is the supreme tough practice. Nibbana is the supreme, say the Buddhists.